Welcome to the Dethroning Your Inner Critic YouTube channel, where we talk about how to align your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions to live your most powerful life. So today, let's talk about the 3 steps to create your most magnificent future. So when we think about the future that we're creating, whether this is your business or your personal life, you might know exactly what you want to create and you don't know how to make it happen. Or you might not even know what you want to create, only that the life that you created so far isn't hitting the mark for you and you want more. So maybe you've had success in your life, you've had success in your career, but you're no longer feeling fulfilled and happy the way that you want to feel. So the first step that I want to talk about is stop trying to figure out exactly how your future will unfold. So many people think that they need to figure out exactly what their future is supposed to look like and all the steps to get there. And if you ask anyone who has created their dreams, they will tell you that the path to their vision is not a linear path. It's always a path that's filled with twists and turns and failures and setbacks and unexpected miracles and so many puzzle pieces that they couldn't have predicted or scripted or controlled if their life depended on it. And that's certainly the way my life has unfolded in my business and with my relationship with myself and with all of the people that are important to me. And I want you to understand that your life changes when you know how to think in a way that generates excitement and joy right now. But here's the problem. We all have an automatic mind that keeps feeding us the same thoughts. I call those automatic thoughts your inner critic's commentary. And there is no way to stop your inner critic from spewing its commentary. Okay, the issue for most people is that you keep listening to your inner critic's commentary that you're not good enough and you don't have what it takes and you're not as powerful as people think you are, and they are surely going to find out that you're not good enough. So when you don't know that you have an automatic inner critic mind, you think you are those thoughts. So you keep wanting your future life to take away the stress, the overwhelm, the pain that goes with those thoughts. But you probably had those thoughts and feelings for most of your life. So I have news for you. You can't stop your inner critic from saying what it has said to you for forever. Reaching those dreams, creating that future won't take these thoughts and feelings away. So stop waiting until you have the business, the relationship, the money, the body before you experience true joy and fulfillment. So you might be saying, Joanna, I don't know how. Well, that leads to step number 2. So step number 2 is to know the difference between the thoughts of your inner critic and who you really are. See, your inner critic is only giving you 2 kinds of thoughts, either thoughts rooted in your past or thoughts that are about your future. And mostly past-based thoughts are the thoughts of guilt, regret, shame. And the future-based thoughts are about fear that you'll never have what you really want. So whether you're thinking about your dead past or your imagined worst case scenarios of your future, your inner critic is robbing you of seeing the magnificent parts of who you already are and the magnificent things that you've already manifested in your life. So find what you can feel grateful for right now about what you've already created and who you already are. So you'll be amazed to watch your life change when you know how to generate the experience of excitement and joy right now, because you're consciously and intentionally focused on what you're already grateful for. Which leads us to step number 3. Step number 3 is to create a vision for yourself and your life that makes you feel excited. So maybe you want to start a business or write a book or make art. So taking the steps towards your dreams can feel really scary, because even small steps come with a risk that you might be judged, or you might be criticized, or you might be rejected. So Fritz Perls, who is the founder of Gestalt therapy, said, fear is excitement without the breath. So what does that mean? Well, that means the very same mechanisms in your brain that produce fear also produce excitement. And any fear can be transformed into excitement by learning how to fully be with the inner sensations and breathing through it, instead of what most people do, which is to try to get rid of that uncomfortable feeling or numb it or avoid anything that could potentially make them feel fear that they might fail or they won't be good enough to create their dreams. Because take it from me, creating the future won't happen unless you know how to step outside of your comfort zone over and over again. That's the only way that I've created my own dreams. And I support thousands of other people to create their dreams by doing just that. So when you practice unhooking yourself, right? Unhooking yourself from all of your inner critic's automatic thoughts, you see who you really are. You see the difference between who you really are and that inner critic automatic mind. And that's when you start to feel worthy of receiving all of the abundance that's waiting for you. And when you feel worthy of receiving it, that's when the universe aligns. That's when the synchronicities happen and the puzzle pieces come together and you start to feel new emotions and take new actions. And all of a sudden you find new people coming into your life and you find yourself having new experiences. But that doesn't happen overnight. So focusing on each small step in front of you, one foot in front of the other, over time, that can cause your entire life to change. Maybe sometimes even in a matter of 6 months. So let's review. Step 1, stop trying to figure out exactly how your future will unfold. Your only job is to keep taking small steps that push you a little bit outside of your comfort zone and tune into what your heart wants and just take it one step at a time. Step 2 is to know the difference between the thoughts of your inner critic and who you really are. When you're intentionally thinking thoughts that tap into gratitude and appreciation and thankfulness for who you are now and the life you're living right now, you're feeling your worthiness and you're feeling your sense of self from you, not from your inner critic. You're no longer aligning with your inner critic thoughts that have you trying to find your value and worthiness from your goals or from what other people think. So your new rewired thoughts can actually have you risking judgment and risking failure and rejection rather than being stopped by your inner critic's fears of those things. Step number 3 is to create a vision for yourself and your life that makes you feel excited, and wake up every day reading that vision, right? That's going to inspire excitement and passion and vitality and joy every day, right? Now, you could take an action towards that step that could be small. It could be to create a connection with someone you love. It could be doing something small that brings you joy, but stop waiting for the right conditions and circumstances to happen before you're taking steps to experience these emotions right now. If you continue to do this every day, you will find yourself creating your new future because you're intentionally practicing new thoughts that eventually will rewire the neurochemistry in your brain. You're aligning your thoughts with that future. You're feeling the feelings of that future inside your body. That shifts your energy. And when you're feeling that energy that's expansive and flowing, that new energy creates different actions that translate into different experiences. And those experiences can be making different choices professionally or in your relationship or in the way that you spend your time or all of the above. So the bottom line is you create your future moment by moment. Your future is not created from what's known, but from what's possible. So when you keep seeing more of what's possible for you, you keep imagining yourself taking different actions. You're rehearsing those actions in your mind that are aligned with what you're creating. And this is what literally creates your future. Because where your attention goes, your energy flows. So notice when you're hijacked by the familiar thoughts or doubts or feelings that you're not good enough. These old inner critic thoughts create the same old emotions like frustration and the same old actions like avoiding risk. Now, familiar might feel right, but that doesn't mean it's right. It's just familiar. The best way to predict your future is to create it, not from what you know, but from what's possible.